Our message to this year, 2025, is a message of reflection on responsibility. The story of Easter, even the coming of Jesus, is that few people, few individuals, few government took responsibility concerning the redemption of mankind, the eradication of sin, poverty, sickness, and disease. And it's the story. Our message is very simple, that where revivals have been, because Uganda is unique, Uganda hosted the East African revival after the Welsh revival and after the Azusa revival. Then another revival which touched the whole world. These are great moves of God that has transcended others and Korea. But when you look at what California is today, is a first world. So is Wales. So is Korea. What happened to our region, East Africa? We had a great move of God here. Somebody failed to take responsibility of that revival. Somebody failed to take the lessons to learn, to be learned from that revival. As a result, our region is still in conflict. Our region is still in poverty. Our region is still in confusion. We thank God, Uganda is still the enclave of peace, whereby all people in the region are running here for peace. But because someone took responsibility about 40 years ago, he took responsibility, and others, they said, we cannot continue having this kind of senseless killings. And the peace we have in Uganda, freedom of worship, freedom of expression, whatever we talk about now, even the prospectus that next year we're going to have election, because some few people took responsibility. Many of them never left the bush. They were buried there. But they were young, they were energetic, they had hopes, and they lost their lives. And without taking personal, community, national responsibility, it's very difficult for people to emancipate themselves and develop themselves. That's why in the region here, when we first came here nearly 20, 25 years ago, Kabaka's lake was larger than it is now. It has diminished. It's no longer a lake. It looked like a pond. And because of the poor drainage system. Number two, because many people are then encroached on that land. They lie, they pretend they have titles, they're entitled to have those places, and yet they don't have it. So I want to thank the Katikiro of Buganda, Charles Peter Maega Wechitiwa. When I called him concerning, he responded positively, and also he gave me the minister, Dr. Anthony Wamala, and we met here. They came to the church with the entire team, and I told them the mitigating factors of helping that lake. Number one, because they build all the drainage across the city, and all the water are going to end up here. So the first mitigating factor is to dig a breezer, so that all the water, that however dirty it is, it just goes into that breezer first, and then we replant, because these papyrus were there, and reeds, to sieve the water before it enters into the lake. So the work is ongoing, and I will ask you to go there and see. It's already ongoing. They are planting even today because we're expecting rains next week, which is going to be coming, no, next week, which is going to be very heavy rainfall coming in Kampala. So we need to stop, first of all, the slitting of the lake, and then we're going to sit in a meeting of stakeholders, and then we're going to come out with a plan of completely revamping the lake and take it to the level where it used to be, even beyond where it used to be. The water that comes out of the Kabaka's lake, that lake is very historical. The water that comes out of that Kabaka's lake finds itself underground into Lake Victoria. So we may think that it's just the problem is here in Kabaka's lake, but then the bacteria and the parasites will go under the water undetected, and they find themselves in Lake Victoria, into a fish. You buy the fish, and here you are. You develop a disease where nobody has. So cleaning and taking care of the lake is as important as taking care of that. So our ecosystem must be taken in consideration. the wetlands, people who are in the wetlands must take extra responsibility, because many years these people didn't live there. But nobody asked a question, where is their sewage goes? If you're living in a wetland, where is your sewage? You're not on a dry land where you can sieve the water through purification by natural means. So what's going to happen? So that's why one of the things that we are really discussing, and the people have been on the hills here, whenever it rains, they release the sewage. It bypasses us here through our drainage system. You hear the smell, and it ends up in Kabaka's lake. And that is abuse of the highest degree. So we are already solving that situation as of now. First of all, to stop the slitting of the lake by holding the water, and then through the papyrus, and then we'll have to go and deslit and work on that lake and take out all the filth and everything, which is going to take some time, and we believe that will work. So that is something that is our concern, and we are concerned of everyone, and we believe that will happen. Yeah.